all of this will be uploaded to YouTube. I'm just not, I'm not going to edit it. I have no time. So we're just going to do my PBAL draft analysis live for you guys here. I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be a little different. I actually wanted to do something with Joe that I'm not going to reveal right now because I actually want to see if I can do it for a future draft analysis video. But it would have been really cool. It would have required a lot of editing and planning, and Joe and I tried to work it out. It didn't end up panning out the way we wanted it to, but I'm going to try to do it in the future, maybe for the TBL or something like that, as like something I can reveal live on stream for the TBL or something. Who knows? But this is going to go on YouTube. So if you missed it, last Saturday, I streamed the draft video for the PBAL and the draft video. I streamed the draft recap for the PBAL. And so I'm just going to go through my team real quick. I don't know how this is going to work. Nothing is set up right now, so maybe some of this will get cut just so that I can get over to it first. But I did actually have the first pick in the draft. And so I will just go through with you guys what my team is. Most of the mons are mons I haven't used before. I don't even have them in game, so I can't like just show you them in game. I would love to do that. That would be like ideal. I don't have them in game. I can show you like here. Let me do it this way. Let me do it this way. Do I even have their deck? I don't think I have all their dex entries. But the first mon, this will be like the most dramatic way to do it, right? Let's see. I can just can I like sort? I don't want to sort like okay, let me try to find it from heaviest to lightest. I don't even know what its Pokedex number is, so I guess A to Z is the only way to do it. Alright, first mon. I had the first pick. This is going to be the slowest, weirdest draft analysis ever. I picked Dragapult. Obviously, if you got the first pick in a Wi-Fi league, you pick Dragapult. It will have Crown Tundra mons on it. So, you know, that is a good thing to keep in mind, but there's no sense. You're interrupting my draft analysis. This is important stuff. But thank you for the bits. You hoodles really appreciate that. So, has base 142 speed, obviously, mixed attacker. Everyone knows Dragapult does. It is the quintessential round one pick in this meta at this point, even with all the new mons from Crown Tundra, some of which we did ban. I actually am now on the admin team in the PBAL and chose to help, or not choose, I mean, I spoke to the other admins about choosing what to ban and what to allow and where to put it. Definitely made some mistakes and tiering, but one thing we did choose to ban was Spectrier, but we did not ban any of the Tapus. So I was curious what would make it back to me, and like none of them did, which is okay. They weren't necessarily what I was looking at for my next pick, which will come out of the Crown Tundra. Actually, I don't even think it's in the Crown Tundra decks. Oh, God. I don't even think it's in the Crown Tundra decks here. Yeah, it's not. I don't even know how I would find it. But my next pick is Nihilego. That's just there. I don't have any way of knowing how I would actually find the visual in-game. But it's my next pick. Nihilego is a really fun mon. It's base 103 speed, which is nice. I like. My team is actually really fast, as you're going to see in the rest of this. And so Nihilego is a strong special attacker, takes special hits really well, pairs super well with Dragapult, in my opinion, because the things Dragapult doesn't want to handle, Nihilego can handle at least a little bit well. Dragapult not being weak to ground is super nice as well. And Nihilego gets Acid Spray and some other good utility moves. I think it gets Thunder Wave too. Some good utility moves that it can then use to help Dragapult have even more success in the long term. Obviously, just its dual stabs are really good. Beast Boost is really good. You can go speed, you can go special attack, whatever you need. I think you could probably even go special defense if you really pushed it. So Nihilego, super solid mon. I've never used it before, so I don't have one that I can just like show you guys, except the one for my week 1 game, which I'm not gonna do live on stream, because I don't want to reveal the set yet. But the next mon, all right, let's go. We're in the next mon, which I get to pick 2 at a time. So the next mon I picked up, I've never drafted before. It's Rillaboom. I can do it. What language? Oh, yeah, now there's production. That's just going to interrupt me the entire time I'm doing this, isn't it? Wait, I can just pause. Oh, there it is. The frame. All right, so Rillaboom was my next pick alongside Nihilego. I really liked the grassy terrain. Nihilego obviously 4 times ground weak. I wanted something that was going to be able to handle those ground type attacks. And Grassy Glide is just dumb. Gives me more priority because Dragon Ball has Sucker Punch, but that doesn't really count. So Rillaboom gives me like a really solid priority. Gives me the U-turn that it can pair with Dragon Ball super well. Gives me knockoff. Gives me just such good utility moves like High Horsepower or Stomping Tantrum. I think it gets both. I think it has knockoff as well. I really haven't looked into what this thing does. We'll be honest. But it's a really solid Mon, and I've seen it used really well. This is not a Gmax league, so I will not be Gmaxing this Mon at all or anything like that. But it's going to be a really fun Mon to use throughout this season. And I have never drafted it, but I have certainly seen it and enjoyed seeing what people can do with it. Next up, it's not Noctowl, unfortunately. It is Obstagoon. We're gonna find a nice freeze frame for this one too. Is this all you're gonna do the whole time? You don't have like any fun. Wait, can I? Oh, there it is. All right, Obstagoon is my next pick in this draft. It is, admittedly, I think one of the slower Mons on my roster, but Obstagoon. Super fun. I wish it got priority. I really do. But one thing that I really wanted in this draft was Slurpuff. I thought that Webs would be really good for my team. I thought the Unburden would be good. I thought the Speed tier was solid. I wanted a good Fairy type. And it got taken. It was tier 4, and it actually got taken in round 4 before I had a chance to pick it up before Obstagoon. So I decided to go with Obstagoon, which was on the back burner of my plan with Slurpuff. When Slurpuff got taken, I needed to reevaluate the plan and decided Obstagoon was better than the Hitmonlee I was looking at, because also with the terrain, Unburden was going to be really easy to pop on the Slurpuff, and I wanted to grab Hitmonlee as well to have double terrain Unburden, but unfortunately, because of the way that it worked out, I needed to end up taking a tier 4 fighting type later on, and this time I took a tier 3 Dark type, which I wanted as well. It helps Dragapult a ton, and it's a Dark type that's actually immune to Ghost, which is actually super nice. Resists Dark as well. Obviously an extra Fairy weakness, but Nihilego can handle those, and we'll talk about later what other Mons I got that'll handle Fairies. So it's a give and a take here, but I think, honestly, just the super strong knockoff, the Guts access, the Defiant access, Reckless double edges. I mean, this thing does so much work, and it's just got Parting Shot, which is super nice, and it's just pretty fast. Like, it's got solid stat attributes across the board. It's the kind of Mon that I think a lot of people undervalue because they're like, it's weak to fighting and it's just a little underwhelming. It's the kind of Mon that I make work really well in general. So I've never tried it. I'm going to give it a shot. We'll see how it works. I know I'll come up with some weird stuff for it to do, and we'll see if Obstagoon can handle this season what I want to. Next up, once again, I don't actually know if it's going to be in the decks here. Yeah, it's not in the decks. Why do I have so many Mons that are just not in the decks? But the next Mon I picked up is the Swampert. Swampert is back. It's just not in any of the Pokedexes. You could just get it, which is weird to me. But it's back. It got Flip Turn. It's super cool. And it does exactly what Swampert does in the past, except now it does it with momentum, which is super nice. It's basically just a super solid ground type that I wanted, and gives me my bulky water and rocks, which before this Nihilego had, but nothing else, and I wanted at least one more rocker on the roster, and so it just gave me that. It was the water ground type that gave me rocks, and Flip Turn, which is super solid, and just super strong Earthquake. It also, one reason I really liked it was because it can be run special, and giving me Earth Power access means that I don't ruin my ground type by having grassy terrain. I can still use the grassy terrain and the ground type with synergies and not have to worry about Earthquake being completely neutered and picking up a ground type that is usually used for Earthquake. Because Crocodile was also something I was considering in replacement of these two and picking up a different water type, but opted for Obstagoon Swampert just to get some massive damage output as well as some utility. Swampert, just really good typing. I mean, Water Ground is, but it's the one with rocks and Flip Turn. So that's why I decided to pick up that one. This is really testing whether or not I know where Pokemon are in the decks. I don't know why they don't have a combined dex, but they don't. Okay, the next Mon is Durant. Let's see. What do you do, Durant? Oh, okay. No, that's not a good freeze frame. There it is. All right. So Durant is next on my list of Mons. It's my Steel type. I really wanted to get Registeel. That also got taken, but that was tier 4, and I was like, what other tier 4 Steel? I'm kind of stuck needing a tier 4 Steel, and for some reason, Durant was tier 4, which I was like, yes, please. That is a stupidly good Mon for tier 4, so we ended up taking Durant here. Another Mon over base 100. That we're not done with those yet in this draft, and it's weak to fire, sure, but nothing else. And it's not like I was stacking up fire weaknesses before that. I already have Dragapult, Nihilego, and Swampert that all resist fire, and I will pick up more as well in the future. And it's, yes, it's got Hustle. That's a problem. But it also has Swarm if I'm really not looking for misses. If I need this thing to sweep, Swarm is fine. It's not a choice band, but it's fine. It'll do the job. So, I still have access to 100% accurate moves if I need it. But because of home and everything, this thing did get access. Because the last time I drafted Durant was as my Dynamax Mon in the PCL, pre-home league. And so it didn't have any access to its home moves. Now it's got Home Claws back. Now it's got Aerial Ace back, so I'll be okay. Still actually has access to First Impression and other things as well, which is super nice. Because this thing with First Impression just gets damage off for free. No questions asked. And especially if you run like Swarm and it is at low health, you could run, I don't know, like Lychee Berry, Endure, Swarm. Can't run First Impression, but X-Scissor would be nice. But anyway, I think this thing has a lot of potential to do work and be really solid on this team. It is not a bulky steel in the quintessential sense, but it is at least a steel type that can take hits and usually can take any one hit in similar fashion to any bug steel type that isn't a fire type attack, obviously. Next up, let's keep going through this crazy draft analysis style video. There it is. Gardevoir is here now. Gardevoir is my fairy type. I ended up needing to take it. I really didn't want to take a tier 3 fairy, but with Slurpuff getting taken and nothing else in tier 4 being what I really wanted, Gardevoir fit the bill. It did what I wanted to do. I didn't have a psychic type yet, and I was like, you know what? It's one of the mons I'm most comfortable with in draft format. It's one of the best mons that I know how to use, and with obviously Zygarde's back. But before Zygarde was back, I still say Gardevoir's Moonblast is the second most spammable move in the game with 1,000 Arrows back. But prior to that, it was the most spammable move in the game, and it's just so free. Base 125 special attack is insane. It also has base 115 special defense, so special hits not really going to come through. I love Trace for giving me both information and utility because it tells me what ability they're running, but also allows me to switch into things that it couldn't otherwise potentially switch into. For instance, if there's a Flygon on the other side of the field and I get to Trace Levitate, I am now immune to both of Flygon's stabs, which is awesome. That's exactly the kind of thing that I love to do. So this thing is super useful. I love it. It's my it's my kill leader, my all-time battles leader, and I think the best plus minus in my entire history is Gardevoir. So I love using it. I'm clearly very competent at it, and I know what I'm doing with this thing. So put it with other mons like Dragapult that are really good just by themselves, and it can do so much work, and I love it, and I'm really excited for it. All right, next up, we actually got a slight spoiler. I don't remember what. Yeah, we got a slight spoiler. Can I even look at this one? Oh, I can. Wait, can I? No, I can't look at it. I don't have it in the decks. Okay, Talonflame. I don't apparently. Wait, can I pause it? I can't. Okay, I can't do anything with it because I've never seen it before. I've seen it, but I've never caught it before. So anyway, Talonflame is next on my list. I have no idea how tall it is. I have no idea what it weighs. I don't know what kind of Pokemon it is, but I do know it's a fire flying type apparently. So anyway, here's another mon over base 100 speed because why not? We wanted more speed. It was debatable between Talonflame and Charizard which one I would go with, but I figured Talonflame gives me something between Dragapult and Durant in speed, which is nice. U-turn, Gale Wings, Defog, just in case I absolutely need it. But it got dual Wing Beat in addition to its acrobatics and Aerial Ace and other sets to not have it have to lower its HP, so it can keep Gale Wings. Excuse me, dual Wing Beat is amazing for this thing because it's basically as strong as Brave Bird since it's base 50 times 1.5 for each hit. So base 2 hits of base 70. If it's base 40, still 60, 120. Yeah, it's not 100% accurate, but it doesn't lower my health either. So there's no recoil on it. Super nice. Can break subs and get damage off. I love this for U-turn. Again, I really wanted more U-turners. I really wanted more momentum to get into the things that can sweep, because this team has sweepers. And the mons that are doing the U-turning are also themselves sweepers. That's actually the best part, is because you don't know what you're going to run into until I use it against you, and that makes this so versatile, so interesting to me, and I really like the way that this is shaping up. The next mon is a mon I have drafted before. Where are you? And actually, I drafted it on the same team as I drafted Durant the last time, but I've actually drafted it since then on a championship winning. Oh, there it is. Wait, is there a better freeze frame for you? Oh, yes, there it is. That might be the thumbnail of the video. This thing, Girder, I personally think, in terms of what I wanted, which was a piece of removal, a defog using fire, not necessarily a defog, but a removing fighting type, Girder is better than Kinkeldr, and it was way cheaper. It's, I think, better than Hitmonchan. Hitmontop, it's debatable depending on how you want to use it, but as a removal for fighting types, I think Hitmontop is a little bit better, but as far as offensively, Girder is significantly better, and significantly more versatile as well, because you can run Guts, make it a status absorber, which is something that I was definitely lacking. You can run Iron Fist to try to just punch through with Mach Punch a little bit stronger. I don't always have to run Eviolite on it. It's really good with Eviolite, but I've run Choice Banded Girder before to do just that much extra damage, basically make it into a Kinkeldr, and it's just a great defogger, great low-tier fighting type, and again, I wanted to get Slurpuff from Tier 4 so I could take Hitmonlee from Tier 3, which would have also been a fighting type with removal, but instead I got Gardevoir from Tier 3 and Girder from Tier 4, and that's just the way that it worked out. A couple of snipes really screwed me over in this draft play, and I ended up not being able to get Hitmonlee or Slurpuff just based on the way that everything panned out. But I am super excited to use Girder in this season of the PBAL, and also that freeze frame is hype. So there's one mon left, and I have legitimately no idea what decks it's in. It could be any of them. So we're going to go on an adventure, because I don't know if this was re-added. There it is. There they are. So what do you do? Aw, yeah. All right. Emolga is something that was literally not even on my radar until like round 8. And it wasn't something that I was actually seriously going to draft until Rotom Frost got sniped in the last round. Debatably, I could have taken the Rotom the round prior and then the Emolga, or not the Emolga, the Girder in the last round, but I thought Girder was more important to my plan, and I did have a backup for Rotom Frost, which was an electric type that wasn't weak to ground, that was important to me. So Rotom Frost, obviously Blizzard, removal, it's all good things. But Emolga does things. It also has removal, so that's good. It has defog. It has Roost, so it actually has recovery. And I don't know, it does other things too, I'm sure. It has access to Nuzzle. Nuzzle's a really, really solid move. It has U-turn as well, so that's really good. I believe it has equal attack and special attack, so is able to be run in a variety of different ways, offensively, defensively. It has motor drive to get the boosted speed and be immune to electric, which is super nice, as well as static if I want to potentially paralyze my opponent and punish them for going for things like U-turn, which this resists as well. So static with resistance is nice. It's basically mini Zapdos, obviously, and that's how we should all think about it, but Zapdos with Nuzzle, which Zapdos doesn't have. So we'll see how often Emolga ends up coming to games. I think it's my electric type, and electric is really, really good in this league. Looking at the teams and having done the draft recap stream, a lot of teams do not like electric. Emolga will probably have more than average opportunities to succeed. It could be that tier 5 mon that is objectively never drafted and I make into a kill leader. That has happened a consistent number of times in my career to make me feel like Emolga's in the position to be that mon this season, if it's not something like the Obstagoon, which is a little bit higher tier. Those are the two mons that I'm looking at that are like not as regularly considered threats that I'm like, here we go, this is the time. Hey, this is not a bad Zapdos. It's a phenomenal Emolga. It is fluttering through the air, crackling with electricity. Its Pokemon is cute, but it can cause a lot of trouble. Okay? That's my team's motto. Be cute, but cause a lot of trouble. I don't know where I'm going with that. I'm really glad that was the dex entry because I didn't read that before. Anyway, that's the draft analysis. This is basically at the point where I'm just going to export this from Twitch and send it straight over to YouTube if you're watching this on YouTube and you want to see more of me, I just want to reiterate one more time that this is getting uploaded on Thursday at whatever time I finish streaming and can get this over to exported. Then on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we are doing the Crown Tundra tournament online competition in the game, and we will be streaming it here on my Twitch channel, which is in the link. The link is in the description below. So if you want to check out me live doing these battles, having some fun, seeing my playstyle, or just hanging out and having a good time doing this like tournament event that doesn't matter, definitely check out my Twitch. Link is in the description below. As that stands, I will see you all on YouTube later as far as the Twitch stream that I'm currently doing while I'm doing this recording. I will see you guys right now because we're just going to keep going. But thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care, everybody.